We often expect extraordinary life moments to look big, huge photoshoot ready moments, but often extraordinary life moments are hiding in plain sight. Sometimes we don't even notice them. Hello guys, I hope you're doing well. My name is Millie and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here. If you're new here, subscribe and join the community. I'm so glad that you chose to click on this video. Today, I want us to discuss something that has been on my mind for quite a while, but has been quite life-changing for me, and that's the art of noticing. Like, how important is it to notice when good things are actually happening to you, when good things are actually in your life, when good people are in your life, when you're having these sweet moments. Sometimes they just pass us by because they're hidden in plain sight, because they're hiding in the ordinary days, the days where we are just waking up, following our routines, taking the kids to school, just the normal. That's where the extraordinary life moments are hiding. And sometimes I feel like that's why we feel like life has lost its meaning. But it's basically because we are not noticing the good times. We are not noticing the beautiful moments. And that's why I wanted to talk about the art of noticing. While I was thinking about this topic, I was thinking, why is it so hard to notice the good things? And I realized it's because we are primed to notice the painful, hard moments more rather than the good, beautiful moments. We are primed by our brains and by society to feel the tougher emotions more often and more intensely rather than the good stuff. For example, let me say, when you make a mistake at work or in your relationships, you could be ruminating over that thing for months, even years. Like, I did this, what is wrong with me? Why did I do this? And then you go down the rabbit hole of trying to find solutions, and it can be crazy. But when you do something good, for example, when you surpass a milestone at work, you barely celebrate it. Probably you might go out for lunch or dinner with your friends, but that's it. You forget about it. It does not carry the same weight as we assign the bad things. So the good moments are not given the same attention that we give the bad moments, especially alone. When we are alone, we tend to ruminate over the bad things, the negative things, and forget about the good things. There's so very many good things that are happening in our lives. And that's why I find it very important to practice the art of noticing. It might be difficult at first because everything is difficult in the first few moments, but with time, you will find it easier to notice the good things, because the meaningful moments of life are hiding in ordinary days. Let's take today, for example. I woke up, worked out, played with my kids for a bit, and then came into work. Like, it seems pretty basic, but the meaningful moments of my life are hiding in today. Like the moments I had with my babies. My daughters gave me big kisses before I left home. That's a meaningful moment that I cannot take it for granted. But if I don't sit back and notice that moment, it will pass me by because I'll probably assume work is stressful. I need to focus on these serious things I need to handle. I need to record this video. But the art of noticing the beautiful things, the sweet things that are happening in your everyday life, that's truly important. I wanted to read you a quote that I encountered while just doing my normal reading, and it said, "When you train your mind to notice what's working, happiness stops feeling like a rare event and starts feeling like a steady rhythm. When you start recognizing what's light, even on the dark days, joy becomes less fleeting and more familiar." And I felt this deep in my core because I have been known to overthink and to ruminate over things. But once I started practicing the art of noticing, I have felt lighter. It has felt like joy is now my steady home. My heart is no longer heavy. I used to be, and this is really personal, I used to be really melancholic, sad. Like, there used to be an undercurrent within me that was just basically sad. And I thought, it's just my introversion. It's nothing major. It's just that I'm an introvert. I don't know how to be loud and stuff like that. But I can tell you, it's because I was focusing more on the negative things, the things that I thought were going wrong in my life. Instead of noticing the things that I deem small, but now I know those are the major things, the things that were working. I was healthy. I had a good home. I had support. I have my parents, my siblings who care about me. But I was not noticing those things. I was focusing on the things that were going wrong. And that was the undercurrent behind my life. And that made my life so miserable because I was so melancholic. Like getting a smile out of my face was like hard work. I thought that being serious and just like gloomy was my normal part of life, but that's not true. When you start noticing the good things in your life starts feeling better. Joy becomes your norm. The chaos are no longer part of your life. Joy becomes part of life, part of everyday life. And that's why I'm telling you the importance of noticing the beautiful things. And I have learned this the hard way. Like, notice when you're happy. Notice when you wake up and how you're feeling. Notice how your house feels. You have a home over your head. It seems ordinary to you, but it is definitely extraordinary because so many people don't have those exact things that you deem ordinary. So many people don't have the job that you have, that you seem to think is ordinary. It is not. It is extraordinary. And the work you do has an impact on your life, whether small or big. And that's the essence of noticing the extraordinary in the ordinary. Another thing I have realized is that when you start practicing the art of noticing, life changes in a different way. It does not just look good, it feels good. When you wear the same clothes you used to wear when you were sad and melancholic, but then you stand in the mirror and notice that moment where you're just getting ready and you're looking good, you admire yourself, you affirm yourself. That moment is still the exact same that you would have had previously, but now it's filled with a smile, it's filled with peace, it's filled with joy, and you change step by step. You change your life when you start noticing the sunset, how the sun hits your face and how warm it feels. When you start noticing like a good hug, when you start noticing a good book that you enjoy, your life starts to feel different. It might look the same to other people, but it feels different to you. It feels more joyous. One thing I want to share is I used to have this like resting mad face. Like, I was angry, but I was not really angry, but my face was reflecting to the world that I was angry. And I would have people often ask me, "Are you okay? Why are you mad?" Did I make you angry? But no, I was just having this face that was projecting anger or I don't know, whatever to the outside world. But I started practicing like having a smile on my face even while I'm walking around. And I noticed that strangers would smile back, many would say hi. And that has changed my life for the better. And I started noticing the world responding to me in a different way once I changed even something small as my facial expression while I'm walking out there. And this has changed the experience of my life. I'm just sharing that once you start to notice these small shifts and make small changes in your life, notice the beautiful things. Notice two strangers walking, holding hands. Notice their love. Notice how they smile at each other. You immediately feel better. You start noticing that life is not so bad. We live in a beautiful country. You notice the trees and how they're swaying, how the rain is falling. You romanticize the small things that seem ordinary, and that's how your life starts transforming into extraordinary. Finally, when you start noticing the beautiful things in your life, it might feel a little scary because this is a radical act of self-trust. You're trusting yourself to enjoy life. You're trusting yourself to know that you're worthy of the beautiful things, that you're worthy of enjoying life, enjoying pleasure in this life. Good food, when you notice it, instead of complaining, you notice the good food, you notice your wonderful server and how they are giving you a good smile and providing you with great service. When you notice the weather changing, the sunset, the sunrise, you notice the beauty. It's a radical form of self-love, self-trust, and self-validation. You're basically saying, I'm worthy of the beauty in this life, and I'm worthy of experiencing beauty in this life. And as I said, when you start practicing the art of noticing, joy does not seem like a faraway land. It becomes your home. I hope you enjoyed the video and thank you so much for being here. Subscribe, leave a like and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.